You are very welcome. We really need to look at the whole narrative around welfare. We are not talking about Osborne's minimum or living wage. We're talking about real living wage, where you get paid and you can live, where you don't have to now go and apply for benefits.
Shining like the stars we are. We are the children of Africa, making the best of us. Yes, I am an African child.
You are twice defeated in the race of life.
And for change, I think, did Dennis Healy say this? An irreversible shift in the balance of power and wealth in this country. Well, that's what we need. We need an irreversible shift towards us.
If I could first call on Kwesi Agyemang.
And you fight this still on. The 99% want to get rid of austerity, they want an end to cuts, and they want to see a new way of politics coming in, and I would say that that's based on socialism.
Decent homes for all. At the moment, they claim an affordable house is 450,000. Now, when you look at the average salary being 24,000, how many people can actually buy a home?
W.E.B. Du Bois said about the 20th century that 20th century was the century of race. Well, I would say that the 21st century is as much about the race problem.
Wars have caused chaos on this planet. And when you look at people drowning in the Mediterranean, people wooing and eyeing, if you remember, they removed Gaddafi from Libya. And therefore, they've caused chaos on the north of Africa.
To celebrate our African heritage and our politics, but it has to be surely in solidarity with other groups who are fighting for liberation and freedom.
So it's about this whole package. We really need to tackle decent homes. And when they say we're broke, after the war, when this country was on its knees, when all the buildings had been broken down, that's when we built council houses.
Yes.
And that's when we brought in the NHS. So it's a false economy to say we can't afford it.
And we so much support Jeremy Corbyn and John McDonnell. They have been very principled, they've been anti-racist, and their track record is second to none.
It's an African-led organization, but as you can see, our events are open to everybody. But why are we there? The aim of Africans for Momentum is to mobilize people who would not normally engage in politics. Oh, I don't do politics, I'm not interested in politics. But actually, politics affects each and every one of us.
Jeremy, the reason why people are excited about him, for those who, and I know I'm preaching the converted here, the reason why we are all excited about him is that he's talking about a new kind of politics, a fairer kind of Britain.
More decent Britain, and you can be part of it. You can be part of it. And how can you be part of it? By joining the movement. If you're within the Labour Party, make your voice heard in the Labour Party so that the points that Jeremy Corbyn has and what John McDonnell wants to do are not taking, what shall I say, are not sidestepped. We want to focus on a socialist Labour Party. We also want a conservative party. There is a conservative party. You can join that party. So within Labour and outside Labour, what we are trying to do is encourage people to ensure that the Labour Party sticks to its core values, so that in 2020 we don't have just a Labour victory, but we have a Labour victory with Jeremy Corbyn as leader and John McDonnell as chancellor. Why do I want that? Because it's only then that we can be sure that we have a real socialist Labour Party and not a Labour Party which has the name Labour but actually what are its policies saying.
But without him we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much.
This is what the media and others don't get. Yes, we're trying to build the Labour Party into the next government, of course we are. But as importantly, we're trying to build a social movement that will support that progressive government, because if you don't do that, they'll destroy us. So the whole point of this is campaign to become an electoral force, but also to build a social movement that supports that electoral force, that is mutually reinforcing as well. And I see this launch tonight as part of that building of that social movement. So I welcome them. I'm really grateful that you did this work.
And Ms. Walker said the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. We have the power, we are the 99%, and we can make the 1% go away. Thank you very much.
I am a Ghanaian. My practice is in Ghana. and I'll be returning to Ghana. But for the meantime, I am here. And whilst I'm here, whether it's for a day, whether it's for a month, whether it's for a year, whether it's a decade, whilst I'm here, I think it's only what shall I say, useful that where I'm at is a good place. And all we are saying is that if we continue not caring, we might not be able to make ends meet here. We can see the cuts that are coming. These are vicious cuts. And the fourth richest country in the world doesn't need to have these cuts. The cuts are ideologically driven. So if you just sit there and say, it's not my country, fair enough, very soon you find yourself unable to make ends meet. And maybe by then it might be too late. So what I'll say is that I'm a Ghanaian. I see Ghana as home. I'm here for a season. But for the season that I'm here, I'll use my energies into ensuring that Britain is a kind of fair country that it can be.